is Jody. You finally get to meet me. I don't really go on camera because my channel the purpose was to educate myself and also Cascade camper and microvan owners, because I bought this ProMaster City and had it converted by Cascade for several purposes. I wanted it to be used as a daily driver. I wanted to protect my asset by being able to park it inside of a garage. And I wanted to use it to fill the gap when I moved to this new 55 plus community. And so after 2 weeks of living in the van, I want to share some lessons learned from someone that's 55 plus. You know, our generation, the boomers, if you were born before 1965 and you're still alive, you're a baby boomer. And we are the ones that really popularized Volkswagen, Westphalia camping, Woodstock, the whole thing, right? So we know a thing or two about camping. I've had a Class CRV, I've had the Westphalia camper van, and now this is my third camper van, and I like it a lot. I've averaged 28, 29 miles a gallon. I bought it in November, and it's build 167. It's Myrtle the Sea Turtle. That's the name of it, because I live near Myrtle Grove, North Carolina. And I just moved here recently. So the first week I was outdoors camping inside the van. When I came from Ohio to North Carolina, I did spend the night at the hotel, so I would have a fresh shower and I'd be able to do my walkthrough and not reek. Having longer hair as a woman, I can't go more than 3 or 4 days and my hair gets oily and, you know, I need a shower. Unfortunately, a lot of the campgrounds, when I was coming across country, they were closed because of the pandemic, unless you were a Class A or Class C or B, and you had your gray and black tanks and your own shower facilities. They just didn't want the liability of cleaning restrooms and showers. So if your best bet are truck stops, but you should call ahead of time, because you know truckers have their favorite stops and they know when they're coming in. So like in Wyoming, they had some beautiful shower facilities at the Great America. And the big truck stops like Love's, Flying J, Speedway, they're more likely to have the showers. Or you could do what I did. I just budgeted for, you know, at least once a week to get like a hotel, motel, and I like the kind where the van's parked in front of the door so I can keep an eye on it and hear the alarm go off. So this has been my setup. This is the only cooking utensils I brought on this trip. This is one I use for hiking, and you squeeze the handle, and now you got a very compact pot, and it has a little cargo net thing that it goes inside. You can put your camping utilities in here. I forgot mine, so I've been using plasticware. This is what I boil water every morning and make my coffee on our stove. After 2 weeks, I've gone through that. The butane can is almost done. And this thermos has been invaluable. It keeps my coffee warm. I can put soups, you know, so I brought some soups. And for one person, this is great. Bush's Beans has the pop top. And when I cook my meats, this is the Korean style grill. It's actually called Gotham Still, and I'll put the link up. I think I got it on Amazon. It looks like a giant hubcap. I mean, I'm not kidding. It's got like the centerpiece and the ring, and it's fairly easy to clean. And then I just still use the bag it came in, and I just clean it, stick it back in, and it fits nicely under the passenger seat right on top of the collapsible bucket. If you've gone to the store lately, you know styrofoam's really gone up. This came off of some steaks. It's pretty thick. So I just put foil on it and eat my steak right on top of here, or my meat. This is what I bought in the store. I cannot believe how thin everything is becoming. I need 2 of these together just to eat cereal. I usually just have coffee, granola bars, some cereal for breakfast, a very light breakfast, and then I have a big meal of protein. Like tonight I'll have sweet Italian style sausage. I usually cook my meat, the whole package at the same time on that Korean grill. And then I wrap it in foil and put it in our refrigerator. And lessons learned for 2 weeks. What is really funny is my neighborhood on my street, there's some houses that are still under construction. So because of the logo, they thought, they saw me in my van, but they weren't really paying attention. They thought I was a contractor. So this van is going to blend in. If you want a free place to stay, look for new construction. Because in emergency, they got the porta potty, they have dumpsters everywhere. Many of you know who've gone camping. This is one person garbage for about a day, or maybe 2 days. You know, water bottles, cans. I do, like at a state park, I try to recycle as much as I can. Cardboard, wrappers, you know, from granola bars. I mean, that is shocking because at home, in a building, you put it like in your trash can and you forget about it, and it's a big white or dark, you don't even see what's in there until you go once a week to empty it. But when you're living out of your van, you're very cognizant of the garbage that you're generating every day. And so there's a trade-off. If you go to fast foods or you cook a lot, you're going to have garbage. If you are more green and you have to wash everything, like when I boil, usually I use bottled water for my coffee, but if I use the water out of our 5-gallon jerry can, I'll boil it and then I can wash things. And so you use less disposables when you wash your own pans and thermoses and bowls and things like that. Also, this chair, the first day I was on the beach, I started sinking, and I remembered I had these feet that keep you from sinking, and this whole thing collapses and folds up about this big. Same with that roll on top table. Would I live in the Cascade camper van? Only in emergencies. I moved to a hurricane area because I'm right by the Atlantic Ocean. I'm 10 miles away, and this is a hurricane alley, so I have to have high wind and hurricane insurance. So yeah, this is my bug out vehicle. Natural disaster, riot, uprising, hurricane, whatever. I can either stay in the garage and watch my house, or if the water started rising, I would just get in my van and leave. So I bought it for multiple purposes, and it really has come through for me. You know, like the average hotel here is about $70 a night. So for 10 nights, I've saved $700. And I felt like I've grown as a person to be more cognizant about the trash I generate, to be more purposeful when I make my meats, cook them all at the same time because I'm conserving the butane and I'm, you know, not using as much resources. And if you're a light sleeper, that refrigerator is going to cycle every 20 minutes. So a tip is wear earplugs or unplug it if you're in a colder climate. I kept my refrigerator at 31 degrees. The other thing, because I'm a baby boomer right at the tail end, is swelling. When you have these temperature differences, because like I was at a state park and I looked inside my thermostat, it was 90 degrees inside the van. And then at night it got down to like 65, so that's a huge temperature swing. Plus the salt, the amount of preservatives, even in meats and soups, getting more salt than I could manage if I was at home and watching my diet closer. So salt can cause you to swell. So a trick I learned is, you know, I do sleep in booties or socks, and I have my hoodie I wear at night, and it keeps the heat in my head and body. I wear footies or socks, and then in the daytime, I walk around with my Crocs, let my feet breathe, or my sandals. So if you're older and you're having swelling issues, watch your salt, get circulation in your feet during the day. If you're in a colder climate, you know, you might have to keep your footies on, but at least wear your Crocs when you're driving, let your feet breathe. Anything else I can remember? I didn't make this channel to monetize it or anything. It was more of a video log, like a diary, because I knew this was probably the one time in my life I'd be living in the van for 2 weeks. My pod is arriving on Friday. It's coming from California. And right now during the pandemic, there's wait times. And my closing date got delayed. So it takes like a 2-week lead time just to get that pod from California to across the country to North Carolina. And I have no furniture in the house. This is my furniture. This is what I've been living out of for 2 weeks, besides what's in the van. And it's nice to get outside. But what I would share, if you're in a neighborhood, or I was at the amenity center club, just having this one little chair outside in the parking lot got me busted. One of the residents reported me as a camper squatter. So you gotta be careful. I mean, that's what's great about our van. It's very stealth. So ironically, you know, construction zones are our friends. You know, we will blend in construction areas. Just gotta watch out for nails, okay? If you're in a construction area, the neighbors can complain when my house got built that they each got a couple nails in their tire. So watch the nails. Like I have a portable potty inside the van. It collapses. It's in one of the crates underneath the seat for emergencies, but I haven't had to use it. I've found enough fast food and truck stops and hotels. I was constipated for a couple days because it's a very private thing, and it's hard to relax at a fast food restaurant or on a porta potty, or hotels are okay. But that was the thing I was not prepared for when I transitioned. I stayed in that hotel like last Monday, it was my last night, and then a couple days later, because I was using the clubhouse restrooms, I think psychologically it was kind of messing with me. I was getting worried, and finally I was able, to relax and get my functions back. I think van life is easier for younger people. It's not impossible for those of us 55 plus. It's just going to have more challenges. I hope you find this video useful. A shout out to Starbucks Instant Coffee. I love it. Also, I got these cool Cuisinart, little cute. I got 2 of them at the Walmart in Park City. That is a beautiful location to camp and stay. It's right by the mountains, and as you can see, the ski resort. So these work really nice. I've used them quite a bit to handle the grill and hold on to it when I flip the meat. And I'll show you, last thing I'll show you is the van and how easy it goes underneath the seat. Boom! There it is, underneath the seat. And here's that Motor Trend blanket. And this is a twin size velour sheet that I use. And I have a microfiber blanket and my pillow. I usually close all the curtains. Another big find is that magnetic flashlight right there, the yellow. It has an emergency blinker on it. It has a light, because sometimes I fumble around for the interior lights. Also, you see where my van keys there in that cubby. Always find places that you designate to keep your keys and your belongings. In the front seat, I use one of the furniture blankets just to cover some valuables. This is like at night when I was stealth camping, I'd put my luggage up here and cover it up, or over there in the driver's seat. I'd have stuff on the seat and in the footwells, and I would use this blanket to cover it all up. I got this dash cover. It's been invaluable, and it has a little secret component, we can put our stuff underneath. These neoprene seat covers have been invaluable if you're in a coastal climate. They're just like having a dive suit on. They absorb water, and The other thing I got was the WeatherTech floor mats. They're kind of rubber. You can take them out and wash them. Of course, I keep the sunscreen handy. And that's about it. And I hope you have a nice day. Oh, there's my sandals. I only had 3 pairs of shoes, 2 Crocs and tennis shoes.